What's up guys, welcome back to a brand new video. My name is Dominic for those who don't know, and in today's video, we are gonna be talking about OnlyFans. I've been an OnlyFans creator for about 14-15 months now, so I feel like I've got a really good perspective on what it's like to be a creator and all of the risks versus rewards that come with it. And with having an account over the last year, I get a lot of questions about what are the risks versus rewards and what should I know before setting up an account. So I'm gonna do a little 3-part series, and in this first video, I wanna be honest and go over what the risks are when you're thinking about setting up an account, what to expect, and kind of how to deal with it. Before we get started, since we are talking about OnlyFans, I want to let you guys know I do have a special promotion for YouTube viewers going on right now since I'm making the series. So if you click the link down below, not only will you get 50% off your first month, but also if you message me the word YouTube, I will also send you 6 bonus sex tapes for free, which are normally PPVs, which is pay-per-view content. You'll get those for free when you sign up. So 50% off plus 6 bonus videos. Click the link down below, message me the word YouTube, and let's have some fun. All right, so getting started, really with this video, I don't want to scare you guys. I love having an account. I'll probably have an account until I stop having fun. I mean, right? Like that should be the goal through anything. You want to have passion for something, you want to have love for something, and when that passion runs out, or when you kind of feel like the time has passed and you're not having fun anymore, then maybe it's time to start looking at other things. But for those who are thinking of starting an account, these are the top 3 things that you should be aware of and look out for. The first thing you need to know is, it's unfortunate, but there is a high probability that your content is gonna be leaked. Now this is because there's a lot of shitty people in the world, and even if you put disclaimers on your OnlyFans, which you should do, and even if you only post your adult content, if that's something you venture into on OnlyFans, strictly to that page and not even on Twitter or anything else, people are gonna screenshot and screen record, and unfortunately there's a lot of chat forums, anonymous chat forums that people post to, and people may send it to their friends and whatnot. So it's impossible to monitor, and it's something you should definitely be aware of, because although we would love our content to only stay on OnlyFans, that's not the case sometimes. Unfortunately, people take advantage of what you're putting out into the world, and a lot of people think that just because maybe you are doing adult content online that they can kind of take advantage of it, or they don't have to treat you with the same respect as someone else in a different profession. It's unfortunate. It's a small-minded way of looking at life and other people, but it is something you should be aware of. So if you're worried that anything you're gonna post online might be leaked somewhere else, just assume that it's gonna be leaked. And also you need to understand that what you put on the internet stays out there forever. So if you're ever planning on doing something else in the future and you don't want it, just be aware that things can resurface. That's just the way things are. And if you do set up an OnlyFans account, don't use your real name. I use my real name like an idiot, but don't use your real name. Create an anonymous name or an anonymous username and link your account through that. That might help give you some more security. The second thing you should be aware of is your mental health. Now this is so big and probably the most important, but your mental health is definitely gonna be tested when it comes to having an OnlyFans account. When you put yourself out there, and I'm talking specifically to the people that are gonna do any sort of nude, lewd, adult content, you're putting it out for the world to see. And people have different levels of confidence, and it doesn't matter if you have a rockin' bod and you feel so good about it or not. People are gonna have comments, they're gonna message you things and comment things and say things, and some will be really positive, and other times people are just gonna be asses, and you have to learn how to take those comments or constructive criticism and be able to continue on knowing that those comments don't define you. A lot of these people, for the majority, actually probably 99.999% of them, aren't gonna know you personally. So what I go by is, what other people think about me is none of my business. And I don't allow myself to spend time worrying about what other people are saying about me online, especially people I don't know and I'll never meet, because that takes away from the joy and the happiness that I have right now living in the present. And it's a really important thing, because some people can get so focused on going to these chat forums and anonymous sites, or, oh my God, this person commented one bad thing about me, or they messaged me something that they don't like my content, or they are pressuring me to do this. You have to be really strong in knowing who you are, not allowing people to peer pressure you into doing anything that you're not comfortable with. And you also have to, control yourself to not go to these other sites and places that may or may not be talking about you. You just gotta focus on you, and that's how you're gonna protect your mental health. People have different degrees of pressure when it comes to their mental health, and they have different ways they cope and deal with it. Some people are pretty good with social media and the stress and pressure that comes with it and public opinion. Other people, not so much. So I would say if you're gonna get started very slow. Don't do anything you're not comfortable with. Of course, go at your own pace. Don't let anyone pressure you into doing anything you're not comfortable with. And know that at the end of the day, what matters is you, that you're having fun, that you're comfortable, that you're producing things you care about, that you love, that you enjoy. And if at any point you're ever not comfortable, that you're okay stopping and you're okay telling people no, and just focusing on you and what you're creating. And with that, you're gonna have the best outcome when it comes to protecting your mental health. And the third thing you should be aware of, and this is just facts, is if you ever wanna do something later in life, just know that this may affect it. It's a harsh reality, and even though we're getting more accepting with sex work or adult content or the name OnlyFans in general, like if you're gonna be a lawyer, probably don't have an OnlyFans account unless it's anonymous. And you could have other types of jobs. You could move into realty, or you could be an electrician, or you could be a model or an actor, or you could do honestly a lot of other things and totally be fine. But there are certain professions that if they do see you have an OnlyFans account, some people will have a problem with it. And that comes with working for somebody else. They have their own standards and their own guidelines that they have to abide by. And sometimes seeing the name OnlyFans attached to your name isn't gonna be a good look. And that's just the reality of life. So you can have an OnlyFans and have a lot of success with it and then run into that later. Or if you start your OnlyFans and you realize there's not a lot of success with it, maybe you have to weigh the risk versus reward there. Are you trying to get a short-term reward that's gonna have a long-term risk? You need to evaluate that yourself and kind of see what you wanna do with your life later, down the road. So those are my top 3 tips when it comes to the real risk and the real cost when it comes to having an OnlyFans. And maybe none of those are gonna affect you, maybe all 3 will affect you, but these are things you should definitely think about and consider before starting an account. When I started my account, I had thought about it about a year and a half prior, and I was wrestling with my head back and forth. Should I do it? Should I not do it? And I was weighing all the pros and cons. And I eventually got to a point where I said, you know what? We are all just fucking ants floating on a speck of dust through the universe. And me putting my body out there isn't a big deal to me. I mean, we all send nudes, or nowadays sex, text, all this stuff anyways. It's out there anyways. I'd rather get paid for it. So I have a great time on my account and I love it and I have 0 regrets, and maybe one day in the future it'll catch up with me and I will have to deal with it then. But I'm confident about what I've done, I'm proud of what I've done, and I enjoy what I've done and what I'm continuing to do. So for me, it's not a big deal. It was also super liberating as someone who came from a background where all this was looked down upon in every conceivable way, and it was really liberating for me to just be free with my body, and I have a great time. So again, if you guys want to check it out, you can click that link down below for that special offer. But know these things and leave your comments and questions down below. If you have any questions about OnlyFans, I'm gonna make a video or 2 more about how to run a successful OnlyFans and tips and tricks for you guys who are starting an account or wanna grow your account. So with that, I love you guys. I really hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you for watching. Leave a like if you want part 2 and part 3, and I will talk to you guys later. Bye guys.